Colonial Man again, and this is the 4th episode of Colonial Man. If you haven't been following along with us, I'd suggest you go back to episode 1, Colonial Man 1, then Colonial Man 2, then Colonial Man 3, because what I'm doing is breaking down the Declaration of Independence into bite-sized chunks to try to explain it for the 21st century American. I apologize in the previous episode that the hounds of Baskerville seemed to attack my house. I've got that under control, hopefully now, those rascals in the other room. Anyway, so we're discussing my favorite portion of the Declaration of Independence. So far we've gotten this far. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and pursuits of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. That was covered in episodes 2 and 3. What we're going to cover today is the line that follows. And here it is. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles, and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Now that's a long line. The key part here is that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it. Now, what ends? If they become destructive, of course we can understand to destroy something. If they become destructive of these ends, what ends? Well, if we go back to the previous episode, the ends, the purpose of government was to secure our rights, to protect our God-given rights. That is the very essence of government, as far as we were concerned in the colonial times, our reason for breaking off from England, because they were not doing this. They were not protecting our God-given rights as Englishmen, so we didn't want to be Englishmen anymore if our government wasn't going to protect our rights. So instead we became Americans, so that our rights would be protected by our new government. And by God, if they didn't do it, then we had the right to alter or to abolish it. The ends means that the government is going to do its job. Their job is to protect my rights as an American, your rights as an American. Their job is not to just keep on taxing us. Their job is not to raise a military. Their job is not per se to have a Social Security program or a Medicare program. Those might all become necessary components of protecting my rights. But if a government that we've designed becomes destructive of those ends, that is, the government fails to protect my rights, then what? Then the people are to alter, change it, peaceably of course, if at all possible, peaceably, or to abolish it. Now, the abolishment could be peaceful as well, right? We could vote certain people out of office. We could eliminate a certain bureaucracy and say, oh, well, I don't think we need the Department of Education anymore. In fact, test scores have gone down ever since we've had one. So let's get rid of it. Let's abolish it. Well, in the case of the Revolutionary War, obviously, it wasn't possible. Believe me, the Patriots tried everything humanly possible. They spoke out against it. They protested. They sent petitions. They burned stamp papers. They refused to buy certain goods. They dumped tea into the ocean. Over and over and over, from 1763 up till 1775, peaceful means were attempted, and the government would not change. So in their case, in our case, abolishing it meant fighting for our independence. we had to take up arms. Some people may say, well, you didn't try hard enough. Well, I'd like to see you come back here and try it. It was obvious the government was not going to protect our rights. And that's why when Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin and Roger Sherman, wait, was Roger Sherman there? Oh, I'm getting confused. Who went into that room to pen it? I know Madison was there. The third gentleman, I can't remember his name right now. But anyway, when they penned out that paper, polished by Thomas Jefferson, the reason that they included this was because we had not experienced it. So if you're not experiencing it, know this. 1, government is to protect your rights. 2, if they fail to do so, you have the right to alter it or to abolish it. And that concludes that line. Oh, wait. And institute new government. Okay, once you get rid of the old government, we're not all raising our hands saying now we want anarchy. What we're saying is we need a new government, a better government. Because we still need our God-given rights protected. This last government, well, they failed to do so. Or this branch of the government, it was failing to do so, so we eliminated it. This politician here, he failed. She failed. So we got rid of them. We voted them out. But don't just get rid of the government. Replace it with something better. Well, once again, I would like to remind you, if you're interested in this topic and you'd like to read an excellent book that I happen to write myself, United States History, Roots Through Constitution, Our Disappearing Legacy by James William Brigleb. You can obtain this by just simply emailing me at constitutiontoday@gmail.com, and I'll tell you how to obtain it for a very reasonable price of merely $12, which includes shipping. There you go.